Tonight from the Rio All-Suite Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas in the 52nd World Series of Poker, a battle for and of the ages. If you've paid any attention to poker in the streaming world on PokerGO, watching headlines, seeing any of the magazines around, Michael Addamo has been the man to beat all year long. Very pleasant, tall, slender, athletic guy who comes from a chess background. A race at 200,000. And Chris does not need to shove to see a flop here. Hunichen is behind after the jack comes. Addamo, 4-1 favorite. $100,000.
Yeah, very enticing bet size.
Very teasing, yeah.
Especially when you have 1 over and backdoor flush and straight possibilities like Hunichen does have. Ooh, that comes in pretty nicely.
You see his percentage double there, the 8 of hearts. 10 or a heart.
All in. And
he says all in. And a call from Addamo, who is going to just need to hold to get us down to 4 players. But Chris Hunichen was 16
need a 5, 10,
outs.
queen or a heart. 5, 10, queen, heart, yeah.
Be a good spin up.
It would be a sick one. I'm going to shove pretty, I don't know. You call or? I don't know if you call or not.
So once again, Hunichen on the hook. This time he's behind.
We'll see. We got 2 of my outs. Don't like seeing that.
1 card to come, and here it is on the end. It is a jack, and Hunichen comes up short, and he is gone. He wasn't able to ladder up, but he stuck around for a little while after joining this TV final table with just 4 big blinds. Out and 5th, in on a whim. He'll cash for over 266 grand. Ace king for Addamo. Seidel just limped the small blind with 2 red 8s.
Yeah, and of course, he's going to be hearing from Addamo in these blind versus blind situations. The ranges can be very wide, but if you're a balanced player like Seidel, then you will have some limps from the small blind with strong hands, as well as your medium strength hands versus your weak hands.
This will be an interesting sizing. Pretty big.
480.
Yeah, very big. What do you say, 480?
Yeah, he's going to choose 4x, which I think, given Seidel's effective stack,
8x.
Seems about right. The big blind is 120, right?
Oh, I'm thinking, oh, you're right. I'm sorry, I was thinking of the call. I was looking at the wrong number. You're correct. All in?
Say all in?
All in with 8s against ace king. Seidel ahead with a pocket pair. Addamo looking to knock off Erik Seidel here. And who would sit easy with a pocket pair like 8s against Michael Addamo's ace king?
Yeah, Seidel has 55%, but if I were Seidel, I would feel like I have 20% against the way Addamo's been running, but we will see.
We saw this building. Seidel looking for bracelet number 10 to move into double digits with Johnny Chan and Doyle Brunson. This will be a key hand there. And there is a king in the flop. Addamo does what Addamo does.
Addamo's gonna Addamo.
Yes, he is. Now it's Seidel looking for one of the 2 black 8s to try to secure a double up here to almost 10 million. And he's looking a little bit upset right there. But there's nothing you could do. Addamo waking up with ace king. Deuce of hearts on the turn. 1 card to come, 1 card perhaps left as Erik Seidel begins to slide his chips into the zip code of Michael Addamo. He needs an 8 on the end. The river card is a queen, and that will end this 50K tournament for Erik Seidel. 4th place, almost 359,000, and he walks away like so many others have. What can I do? Do you know Justin well enough to think that he might want some revenge for that event that happened a few weeks ago in Super High Roller Bowl, even though he still won almost $2 million?
I think it's not so much revenge he seeks. I think that he understands that in that confrontation he ended up losing to Addamo, but he also knows that he's a very skilled and talented player. So if he had the option and ability to rematch him here tonight, I think he would be well up for that challenge.
10 for Bonomo in the flop. Addamo's chances are few. Anything from this on out would be a big bluff.
Yeah,
Check,
Addamo
check.
recognizes that when he opens from the small blind and gets a call out of Bonomo from the big, that this will hit a lot of Bonomo's continuing range. So it did look like he was ready to give up on the flop. We'll see if this turn card changes anything, but.
So yeah, he's open-ended, but only the bottom end works for him, right? Addamo, do I have that read right? Maybe, yeah. No,
No, if he hits
didn't have
the
the 9,
king,
so
then
yeah.
Bonomo will have
Right.
two pair.
Right. So give Bonomo 2 pairs. Okay. Now reaching.
What did he have? What did he have on the?
That's $1 million. $1,130,000? No,
135.
Okay, a little more.
60, I think it should be.
Took an extra orange.
Yeah, and this sizing is really intended to target a lot of Bonomo's 1-pair hands. Certainly, I don't think he expects Bonomo, of course, to fold any 2-pair type of combos, but if Bonomo had a Jack X, had a 10X, and even if he turned a Queen X, it would be hard to continue against this sizing. But the little hiccup here is that Bonomo has that straight draw to go with his 1-pair. He also blocks the straight himself, which is nice.
Justin cuts out a call. $3.5 million between the two top stacks, and a jack again on the end. Bonomo best with his 2-pair. Maybe a tool. Addamo did not bet the flop when the first jack came out.
I think the thing about Addamo that's so great to watch is you always have the feeling that he wants to go for it.
Yeah.
So he could possibly go for it. And that keeps us on the edge of our seats as viewers, because some players, you know, they're just going to give up. But Addamo,
He always looks like there's something's
The
about the
wheels are
drop,
turning,
like
yeah.
you said, a shoe to drop. What's he going to do?
yeah, the wheels are always turning. And if there's a chance he could win the pot, you know that he's somebody who will try to go for it a lot. I don't know about this particular situation as played.
He has surrendered after.
All in.
Oh, wow.
Yep, this guy right
Wow,
here.
the ultimate pressure from Addamo on Justin Bonomo, who has the 10. And now must figure out this puzzle for his tournament life.
And it is.
I'm impressed, kid. That's what I see right there.
Yeah, it's an incredibly difficult position for Bonomo.
Do you enjoy these situations, or do you find them stressful?
Is Justin talking to himself?
Exactly. I mean, I think all poker players are slightly masochistic, so I think they all like it a little. They like it a little bit.
This would certainly even things up quite a bit if Bonomo can find a call.
I mean, can we honestly say that we're surprised that Addamo went for it? I mean, given everything we've seen out of this man, he is a sicko. And he knows when to put maximum pressure on his opponents. And he isn't afraid to go for it. It's one thing to think that you should do something, and it's another to actually pull the trigger.
Exactly.
And there's a big disconnect for a lot of players. But for Addamo, it seems pretty well connected that when he decides to go for it, that he will follow through. And
But Justin would do this as well, and that's the interesting thing.
yes, absolutely. And Justin is,
He wants to call.
Right.
He so wants to call.
and he's certainly capable of making such a big call for his tournament life. Addamo, of course, not underestimating his opponent by any means here. It's just one of those situations where Addamo did what he needs to do to try to win the pot, and we'll see if Bonomo is going to be willing to do what he needs to do to win this pot. The gravity of this hand really cannot be understated, and Gall just watching on happily.
Exactly. We know Bonomo's not going to be knocked out in this hand, but he would be certainly cut down if he folds. So Gall can't be counting second place money right now, but he's thinking about it too.
What I would give to have a heart rate monitor on Addamo right now.
It's rare to see Justin Bonomo put under the screws like this.
Yeah, I'm sure Bonomo is used to being the person putting his opponents in this type of predicament, but sometimes you meet your match, and I think everybody knows that Addamo is somebody to be feared.
See the time, 3.5 minutes. Bonomo has been thinking about this. This is a decision worthy of every second he takes.
Checking out a little live read on Addamo, seeing if he could glean any information.
It gets harder and harder to sit so still after minutes go by.
Oh, Lon, I fully had a situation where I thought I was going to black out before because the person was thinking about it for so long.
And Justin knows that. That's maybe part of the game he's playing right here. There are no time extensions. There are no 30-second shot clocks here at the World Series of Poker. I definitely like that this is part of the game at certain times.
And if Justin does get something, some type of live read off of Addamo, it's about going with the courage of your conviction. You know, are you willing to bet your tournament life that whatever read you think you might be getting is accurate? We all know that reverse tells are a thing. So you can't ever be too sure of your live read.
It's come down to just a best guess here for Justin. He just can't figure it out. I don't know if Justin's ever one to be afraid to pull the trigger, but it's like guaranteed survival to fold, but what a position Addamo has put Justin in.
Yeah, definitely in the blender with this one. I certainly have been in spots where I was on the fence line and I did allow my live read to sway my decision when it's that close of a decision, and sometimes you're wrong and sometimes you're right, and you have to live with that. So.
And it's Justin who's sweating, not Addamo.
Call.
Oh, wow.
What a call!
Wow.
Turn it over. The river bluff does not get by Justin Bonomo, and he is a key factor now against Michael Addamo. Almost identical stacks. Wow.
All hail Justin Bonomo for being able, in the highest
3.4
of pressures.
It was Justin who couldn't breathe.
Exactly. I mean,
oh,
this
man.
intense of a situation to be able to make that call.
Well done, Justin Bonomo.
Sometimes you might find yourself at a final table and say, okay, well, I'll stay out of this guy's way, but maybe I could get more active and involved against this player. But certainly three-handed against Bonomo and Addamo is probably not a weak spot type situation. Okay.
It didn't matter what YIFRACH did, whether he limped, raised, shoved. He's going to get a customer.
Yeah, and again, you know, both players having above average hands in the blinds, so kind of a situation where it may just play itself.
Addamo with the only knockout so far of this five-handed TV final table. Chris Hunichen knocked out early on. Chris started the final table tonight with just 4 big blinds. And then Addamo took out Erik Seidel, who had the pocket eights against Addamo's ace-king. And we remain three-handed. A shove from YIFRACH and a call from Addamo ahead with the pocket eights. Just one overcard for Gall.
Gall has survived a couple of double-ups already. Can he do it again? I think this one in particular will hurt Addamo more than the others. This is a significant portion of Addamo's stack.
So YIFRACH in for just under 4 million chips. If Addamo's eights can hold on, it would put Addamo back in the chip lead, but against Bonomo it would be very tight, and all undercards out there. A draw for YIFRACH. You see his outs up top. The ace or the 5. Addamo and Bonomo seem uninterested in what's going to come next.
Bonomo's texting, I think I'm 2 cards away from getting heads up against Addamo.
Turn card now. King of spades, and Addamo holds the only spade, so it takes some outs away from Gall as he looks for some way to overcome Michael Addamo and his cards and who Addamo is. The river card is another spade, and the flush finishes the board for YIFRACH. Even though he hit the ace, Addamo holds the 8 of spades, and that spelled the difference. It spelled the demise of Gall YIFRACH.
And his rail, thinking that he had it made with that ace on the end, didn't realize that the flush had come in, and a little early premature celebration.
Just a little extra cruel. YIFRACH will go and collect almost $500,000, his biggest ever World Series payday. And on the end, the ace, he saw the ace first, I think, and then recognized the spade, giving Michael Addamo the flush. And we are now heads up, pretty much podcast that the general public, they like Phil, they want Phil to win, they like, you know, people like success. So 10-9 for Bonomo and a raise into the king-jack of hearts of Addamo.
Yeah, really good looking hand for Addamo to 3-bet and play a little aggressively. About 70 bigs effective to start, so fairly deep. You're going to get worse hands in there when you 3-bet the king-jack suited, so able to extract some value from worse pre.
Addamo starting the hand with 13 million, Bonomo with 11.3. Almost 13. Z Justin, as he was known for so long in the online world.
All in.
Wow.
It says all in with 10-9.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and Addamo's thinking, I don't know if I can fold this.
I mean, listen, most people would not take 10-9 as a 4-bet shove.
Where did that come from?
Bonomo really willing to just put Addamo to the test right here. And I bet he doesn't like it that this has not been an auto fold out of Addamo, because there are going to be some 3-bet bluffs in Addamo's range that would have folded very quickly once they heard the words all in. But the fact that Addamo is taking time to think about it has to make Bonomo feel pretty nervous.
Only 11?
Oh my goodness, king-jack suited. Not a hand that a lot of players would necessarily be willing to call off for 70 bigs, but can Addamo do it? He would be ahead, although Bonomo's live.
11.34.
This is some sick stuff we're watching.
This is amazing. Justin Bonomo putting his bracelet hopes on the line.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tables turn now. Now, how pristine is Michael Addamo's read on the powerful and strategically minded Justin Bonomo? What do you think about? Y'all, I mean, there's no range. It's just like,
Oh, wow. he
there's the
called.
call with the king-jack of hearts. Bonomo doesn't like it. Way behind, but live. Michael Addamo just a clean board away from bracelet number 3.
This is a big hand.
What a massive pot both of these players are playing with their
All the chips,
respective
basically.
holdings.
Yeah, pretty much. And a shiny piece of jewelry, too. How many bracelets do you have?
2. You?
3.
Get it even? 3 each?
Yeah. I don't know if I agree to those terms.
Yeah. All right, here's the flop. Bonomo at risk with 10-9.
Oh, sorry,
And there's a 10
Wow.
in there with a jack. Oh my
I'll
gosh,
start
what a
doing
flop
back
for the both of them.
Keeping things very interesting.
I mean,
10.
that's a good flop for you.
It gets in probably on the flop maybe anyway. Open-ended for Bonomo. And another 10.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
This is
So
a
now
sick game.
Addamo looking for outs. What a hand this developed into. Addamo needs help. Ace or jack, and he is a bracelet winner. Here is the river card. It is an ace! Oh, and Michael Addamo, no surprise, comes through on the river. And he is a 3-time bracelet winner. Maria, what do we just witness?
If the man was looking for a heater check, that had to have been it, because, man.
Oh, goodness gracious. After it all went in, we thought it's over. And then we see the flop says nothing's over. And then Justin Bonomo gets there on the turn, and Addamo finishes it with a final hammer on the end. Justin Bonomo, runner-up in this event, wins over $700,000. Michael Addamo with bracelet number 3, matching his foil. Justin Bonomo with his 3rd. So the short stack lasted a little bit, but in the end, it was Michael Addamo knocking everyone off of this final table. Event number 39, 1500 pot limit Omaha, coming up tomorrow on PokerGO for our entire hard-working staff. From Maria Ho, thank you, Maria. That was a lot of fun. I'm Lon McCarran. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. This is one people will remember for a long time. They'll be seeing a lot of Michael Addamo in the future. So long, everybody. See you tomorrow.